You know what's crazy about Hollywood? The way stories travel. One little thing happens and suddenly it's like a wildfire. Everybody's talking, making theories, connecting dots that probably don't even exist, and before you know it, the whole world believes something that might just be a misunderstanding. And that's exactly what happened with Jennifer Lawrence and two of the biggest rumors of her career, one involving Liam Hemsworth, the other Chris Pratt. Honestly, these stories have been around for so long that some people treat them like facts, even though the actual truth, we may never know. But let me tell you, the way these things unfolded, it's like a Netflix drama that never ends. So let's start where most people remember Jennifer getting pulled into this triangle, Liam Hemsworth and Miley Cyrus. Now, Jennifer and Liam met on the set of The Hunger Games back in 2011. Those movies were everywhere. People were obsessed, and of course, when you have two insanely attractive people working closely together, fans immediately start shipping them in real life. It's like, if your characters have chemistry on screen, then obviously something must be happening off screen too, right? That's just how people think. And Jennifer and Liam weren't exactly hiding their friendship either. They joked around, they were playful in interviews, they seemed super close, and that's normal when you're spending months on set together. But in Hollywood, being friends is never just being friends. Then there was that interview with Andy Cohen that really threw gasoline on the fire. He asked Jennifer straight up if she'd ever kissed Liam off camera, and without even blinking, she goes, "Yeah," and then laughs and says, "Liam's real hot, what would you have done?" And just like that, the internet broke. People were losing their minds because here's the thing, Liam was famously in this on and off relationship with Miley Cyrus for years, and that timeline has always been a little messy. So fans immediately started asking, wait, when did this kiss happen? Was Miley still in the picture? Was Jennifer the reason they broke up? And even though Jennifer clarified that it was when Liam and Miley were on a break, people didn't care. Once the seed was planted, that was it. And then, to make things even more interesting, Miley releases Flowers in 2023, and that song? Instant global hit, right? But the music video is where things got spicy because there's Miley in this gold dress, and the internet detectives came out full force. They started comparing it to this gold gown Jennifer wore at the Hunger Games premiere years ago, and suddenly the theory was, Miley's taking shots at Jennifer. And Miley being Miley, she doesn't exactly kill the rumor either. When someone asked her if the dress was a dig at Jennifer, she just goes, "No, but I love that dress of hers," which honestly is the most Miley response ever. It's like, is that a compliment? Is that shade? Who knows? But fans were like, yep, that's confirmation. And to be fair, the video had other Easter eggs too, references to her relationship with Liam, little nods that fans connected to their past, and because the internet loves drama, Jennifer's name kept getting thrown into it, even though Miley never said a single word about her in the song. But here's where it gets even messier. There was this old blind item floating around, you know those anonymous Hollywood confession posts where people spill tea without naming names? Well, this one was wild. It talked about two actors on a huge movie set, both in relationships, who ended up hooking up anyway. It said the guy left his celebrity girlfriend for the actress, but then she realized she loved her boyfriend and went back to him, and now the guy won't even talk to her. And of course, people were like, oh, that's totally Jennifer and Liam, because she was dating Nicholas Hoult at the time, and Liam was with Miley. Was it true? No idea. Blind items are like 90% fiction, but when the shoe fits even a little, people run with it like it's gospel. Now, Jennifer eventually addressed all of this again in another Andy Cohen interview. She flat out said the rumors about her and Liam hooking up while he was with Miley were not true. She admitted to the kiss just one, but said it was years after they broke up. And honestly, she seemed pretty sincere about it. But by that point, the internet had already built this whole narrative, and once that happens, there's no going back. It's like trying to unring a bell. And you'd think that would be the end of Jennifer's rumor saga, right? Nope. Enter Chris Pratt. Because a few years later, Jennifer found herself in the middle of another Hollywood storm when she starred opposite Chris in Passengers. Now, if you've seen that movie, you know the chemistry between them was intense, like you could feel it through the screen. But here's the catch. Chris was married to Faris at the time, and Hollywood loves a good co-stars fall in love story. So as soon as the promo for that movie started, the rumor mill went into overdrive. And then Jennifer, bless her honesty, gave an interview where she talked about how nervous she was filming her first big love scene, and she said something that just made people freak out. She said, "It was my first time kissing a married man, and the guilt was the worst feeling in my stomach. I even called my mum for reassurance." Now, on paper, that sounds super innocent. She's just being real about feeling uncomfortable. But when you put that out into a world that's already obsessed with finding scandal, oh, they're gonna twist it. Suddenly, people were like, wait, why would she feel guilty if it was just acting? Does that mean something happened off camera too? And from there, it just spiraled. To make matters worse, Faris herself admitted later that all those rumors made her feel insecure. She said even though she didn't believe they were true, it still hurt. And honestly, that's so relatable because who wouldn't feel a little uneasy seeing their partner have insane chemistry with someone like Jennifer Lawrence while the whole world is whispering about it? Anna said Jennifer was super sweet to her and even apologized even though she didn't have to, which tells you a lot about Jennifer's character. But the headlines didn't care about that part, they only cared about the drama. And then, almost like Hollywood was writing this script, Chris and Anna announced their separation a year after Passengers came out. So of course, the internet immediately went, yep, Jennifer broke them up. And Jennifer had to come out again and say, no, I never had an affair with Chris Pratt. I wasn't even around when they split. But by then, it didn't matter. People had already decided what they wanted to believe. And the thing is, during the promo for Passengers, Jennifer and Chris did look super close in interviews. They had inside jokes, they were laughing together, and that's totally normal when you're promoting a romantic movie. But fans took that and ran with it. Now, if you zoom out and look at both these situations, the Liam thing and the Chris thing, you start to see a pattern, but not in the way people think. Jennifer is just one of those people who is incredibly charismatic and real, and that makes her magnetic. She's funny, she's bold, she's confident, and she doesn't sugarcoat stuff in interviews. That's part of why everyone loves her, but it's also why she gets caught up in these rumors. Because in an industry where most people play it safe and give robotic answers, Jennifer's like, yeah, I kissed Liam once, and boom, now it's a headline for years. She doesn't play the Hollywood game of being overly mysterious, and ironically, that honesty is what gets twisted the most. And honestly, I think that says a lot about celebrity culture. Fans love to project their own stories onto these people, and the media loves to feed that because drama sells. Miley releases a breakup anthem, and instead of just enjoying the song, everyone wants to dig for clues like it's some kind of treasure hunt. And when Chris and Anna split, instead of saying, hey, relationships are hard even for famous people, it had to become this narrative about Jennifer being the villain because that makes for a juicier story. The truth? We'll probably never know what really happened behind the scenes. Maybe those kisses and those feelings were nothing more than what Jennifer said they were, innocent and part of the job. Or maybe there were moments we'll never hear about. But here's the thing, does it even matter? Because at the end of the day, these rumors don't just exist in a vacuum. They affect real people. Miley had to hear people blame Jennifer for her breakup when she was already going through a tough time. Anna admitted feeling insecure because of all the noise around her marriage. And Jennifer had to keep defending herself for things she probably thought were long forgotten. But that's Hollywood, right? A place where every laugh, every dress, every word becomes a clue in some imaginary mystery people want to solve. And as long as there are fans who love drama, and as long as there's an internet where theories can go viral in seconds, stories like these are never going away. So maybe the real lesson here is that celebrities might live in the spotlight, but that light comes with shadows. Shadows of rumors, of assumptions, of stories that take on a life of their own. And Jennifer Lawrence? She just happens to be one of those stars who shines so bright that people can't stop looking, even if what they're seeing isn't the full picture. And that's pretty much the story, at least what we know of it. Hollywood rumors will always come and go, and sometimes the truth gets buried under all the noise. What matters is learning to enjoy the work these actors put out without getting too lost in the gossip. But hey, I'd love to hear what you think. Do you believe these rumors, or do you think it's all just media hype? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more.